So, hello everyone. Right, so this is our first sort of CDA Q&A, and we're doing this topic as photography casting. So a little bit different from, say, video or, like TV. And so let me introduce the panel. So, so we have on the panel 3 CDA members. So we have Odell, Jody Furlong, and me, Emma Ashton. All right. So we're going to try and answer as many of the questions we can that came forward thick and fast on the Twitter from lots of different people, as models asking questions, actors asking questions, and also kids' parents have been asking questions. People, his kids are doing acting and things. So lots to get through. Alrighty. So the first question I'm going to ask is, this actually came from a model, and the model was asking, how does a commercial stills audition differ from a fashion or beauty campaign audition? I'll give that one to Jody first.
I think often when you've got a fashion campaign, or the client has an idea of the model they want to use, in the sense that it might be somebody who has a profile, someone who they've seen their previous work, someone who they've heard about because there's some buzz about them, or the agencies have been sending mail outs about people. It can come off the back of if you've done something on Fashion Week or an editorial you've done. Whereas a commercial casting, it's a lot more open, I would say. We are very open to seeing lots of different people, and also for a commercial casting, it's more often to do with a specific type. So it could be a businessman, it could be a mum, it could be a kid. So it's a lot broader, the kind of people we're looking for. Whereas fashion castings tend to be a more specific type of model. So for a commercial casting, we'll send a brief out to not just model agencies, because model agencies, when I talk about model agencies, people think that you're speaking just about like fashion models, but we're not. There's character agencies, there's real people agencies, there's sport agencies, there's kids agencies. They're all models. So modelling is not just fashion modelling. Everyone who appears in an advert is a model of some description. So I think commercial castings, depending on the brief, can be a lot wider in what we're looking for.
Okay. And so Jody, you do a lot of our casting with fashion models as well, don't you? I mean, you do actually do, because you do see a lot of fashion models. And but the thing is that when they're coming in for fashion, they're seen quite quickly. It's a lot of it's a go see, isn't it? They come in with a book. They put it down, the fashion department and all the stylists and whatnot, they're kind of very quick with them. And then if they're doing something like a commercial casting, they'll come in and they've got to try and stand there and perhaps do a bit of, not act, well, they sometimes will have to do a bit of acting, but they'll have to perhaps, be a character that they're not necessarily being if they're doing fashion, I guess.
That is true, but I would say increasingly there's a lot of crossover between fashion models and commercial models. If you look at some of the agencies nowadays, the models they have on their books are not traditionally what you would call a fashion model. The sizes are different, the heights are different, more character, more interesting diversity. And even fashion clients are really looking for that nowadays. So I think there's a lot more crossover between what different types of model are. So even in a lot of the castings I did last year for fashion brands, they were really looking for characters, someone with an interesting story, someone with something to say for themselves, someone who does something interesting, not just modelling. So I think it's important for everybody, actors, models, whatever you want to do, to come with that, bring that with you. It's not just about what you look like anymore. So yes, there is a difference between fashion and commercial. I think it's becoming less, and I think everybody, doesn't matter what type of model you are, you need to have something extra, some personality to bring with you to a casting.
That's cool. And then just another person asked also, why don't casting directors just look at a model book? Why do they need to meet them? Sue, I'd let you could answer that one actually as well.
Well, I mean, people just look so different in their books, and they think they have one pose, or a lot of model books are of them in a fashion magazine, all made up with crazy hair, whatever. I want to see what they look like, virtually with no makeup, very natural, coming in, and and then I want there to be a blank canvas that then the makeup artist, the stylist can see and think, oh yes, I can actually style them, I can look at them. I mean, sometimes they'll say, can you send me their card as well, or some of their images? But no, I mean, for me, it would be, I don't think that I've done hardly any castings where they've just found somebody from a
card.
You know.
So that brings on this other question then.
Let me just quickly say that even if they do, also books for a model, they can be really old. Their hair might be different. They might look totally different than they do in that book. And also it might be something specific we're looking for. And if you don't show that in your agency photos, then we need to see you in person. Also, we need to see your personality. And personality doesn't always come across in your agency pictures because you're being asked to do something different. Even Polaroids these days, they retouch.
Let's say half the agency model pictures, no one ever smiles. And not that I don't like smiley, but a lot of ads, you know, you want a personality, and they're all so super cool. And I just think, I can't even see your bloody your teeth, let alone I want to see what you look like when you're when you're smiling. I want to see a variety of different looks. And often model agents don't want to put a smiley shot in the model book.
No, they never have any smiley shots. It's all about being very super cool, especially like catwalks. You never see them smile anymore. Well, I never see them smile.
The other thing is, we're talking about personality. For any job, definitely for commercials, but for photographic as well, people want to know your personality. If they're going to have to spend 8-10 hours with you during the day, they want to know that you're someone they can get on with, that you're fun, that you're interesting, because it's all very well looking great. If the photographer isn't doesn't really get on with you, that makes it really difficult for the shoot. So just as important for photographic is the personality.
Don't know about you, but I found that because I do about 40% of the work I do is photographic casting, the rest of it is commercial filming. A lot of photographers are now, the work I do with photographers, they will be asked also to make the online video, online commercial. So it's a bit confusing for models sometimes, and for actors who are coming in because they think it's going to be a stills casting, and then there's a video camera, and so they kind of like are all bit, you know, it's a little bit sort of confusing for them. But of course, they do want to see some movement. They do want to see some actions, even though it is going to be static as well. The majority of it is going to be the photo campaign. So you do need to see them acting out something. So do you find that you have to do any of your castings with video now, or do you find that most of it's stills camera? Both of you. Let's have Jody first.
I would say the majority of stills campaigns have some kind of video element now, because they all want a little online something, or behind the scenes, or they want to do a little GIF or something with movement. So increasingly the personality is important. So if you're coming to a photographic casting, you still have to be prepared for that. We could get you doing all kinds of stuff. And even if it is a stills campaign and it's for, I don't know, a computer game, we want to see your reaction. We want to see you laughing and smiling. We want to maybe see you interacting with different models. So it's not just about looking nice. It really is you doing something extra.
And Sue, I'm going to ask you about, you know, about the sort of, a lot of people have been asking about makeup and what they should wear when they come to the casting, like a stills casting. Quite often with commercial, say they're coming in for a commercial, commercial casting directors are usually quite surprised that the models haven't got any makeup on at all. But that is quite normal, isn't it? Because when fashion models go to a casting for fashion, it's all about having an absolute blank canvas, and they hand the book over, and then that's what casting directors like in that environment. But do you find that, you know, the casting directors and your clients are going, you know, she hasn't got any makeup on, or he hasn't got any sort of like, you know, hasn't done his hair, whatever. Do you think they just rely a bit too much on just handing the book over and then standing there and not sort of looking the part? Do you find that happens at all?
Well, no, because my briefs that I send out are very, very specific, and I always, you know, I'll say natural and no heavy eyes, no strong lips. She says with the biggest red lipstick. No, you know, and I like natural. I mean, if it's a kids casting, I like them to come like they've just come from school. I want their hair to be messy, and I don't want parents to put little ribbons in their hair and make them all twee. I mean, I want it to be completely real. My lighting is very much like my lighting now. It's realistic. If you've got wrinkles, everything's going to be there, spots, whatever. That's what I want to see. We want to see you as you are. But, you know, obviously natural sort of like coloured foundation, you know, simple sort of like moisturizer foundation or whatever, or something simple.
So the moral of the story is to read the brief that we send out to
and also,
the
exactly. I will say, you know, casual. Please just never wear a roll neck. Roll necks are the worst thing in castings. I can't bear them. But you know, maybe a simple t-shirt, a mid-grade t-shirt. If you've got black hair, don't wear a black t-shirt because then I can't see where your hair ends your t-shirt. You know, just come very simple. I mean, I usually say just wear casual, just like a simple shirt or a t-shirt and jeans, and that works. Yes, that works.
I think a lot of people are more autopilot a bit when they come from perhaps a modelling agency, and they're so used to going to castings in one mode, like wear black, blah blah blah, no makeup, and then when you send some instructions that we need you looking beautiful, it's for a beauty, you know, it could be for a love, she's got to look like a beautiful woman, blah, blah, blah. You know, you do actually want them made up and not wearing jeans or something, but you know.
The thing is, like Sue said, please read the brief, and we say this to actors all the time. It's exactly the same for models. If you're coming through a stills commercial casting, there very well could be a character. You might be a businessman, you might be a barman, you could be anything. So we're not saying you have to dress like the whole outfit, but you have to give a hint towards that. I think that's really important because although advertising is supposed to be a very creative industry, I often find clients they can't really see anything unless you give it to them on the plate. Everyone's nodding. So if you're to come, a businessman is the one that comes to mind, then put a tie on, put a jacket on, just so you give a hint towards that. But generally, I would say do come pretty blank canvas. We don't want lots. We don't want anything too one way or the other, because we need to be able to see what you could be different things.
The number of people who come in and say, "Oh, my agent didn't tell me," and I have to keep saying, "Please, every casting you go to, say to the agent, please send me the brief. If the agent wants to blank out the money side of it, or whatever, fine, but please send me the brief," rather than people turning up saying, "What's this for?" And they have no idea. It's unbelievable. They travel from Leeds or whatever, and they say, "Well, I don't know, you know, I'm coming for a casting. What's it for?" It's just blows my mind that they haven't asked their agents.
All of us as casting directors, we send as much information as we have. We don't always have all the information, but we send as much as we have to the agent. Now, I know some agents don't pass it all on, but also models, actors have to take responsibility. If you were going for any kind of job interview, you wouldn't just rock up without, if you're going for an interview in a restaurant, you would look up the restaurant. You may look at the menu. You might even go there to eat something. The same for a casting, it's a job interview. So do a little bit of homework. It takes 3 minutes to look up a brand.
And ask your agent, is there anything I need to prepare? Because, you know, prompt them, really. Get it out of them.
They may have sent an email, might have not come through, something might have been missed off, they might have got your email address wrong. Lots of things can happen. So you do need to take responsibility for yourself when you go for a casting and find out as much information as you can.
Yeah, because quite often you get models or actors coming in and they feel devastated because they haven't got the right blooming outfit on. And they're all looking around, everybody else has got the right
Why is everyone else wearing a suit and I'm
wearing... no, why am I in jeans? Yeah, I mean, obviously when they just, you know, if they can't do anything about it, fine. But even running into a well-known department store and just borrowing, you know...
Go to the charity shop in Kentish.
Yeah, charity shop, whatever. Take it back afterwards, you know, fine. So one more question from an actor, actually. One of the actors wants to know... what can I expect when entering a photo stills casting that might be different from doing a regular commercial casting audition? So I think for me, I would say, well, there's no lines. And I would probably say something like, I think it's quite quick in comparison. So I think quite a lot of actors, you know, they're very used to coming in and having a lot of things to do, especially for commercial casting. It's always a lot more than you think. And sometimes you come in and they look a little bit kind of like, oh, is that it? But don't feel that you've been pushed out the door and you're not right. That's not how it is. Photography casting sessions, if they're using a stills camera, is pretty quick sometimes, isn't it? It's a few poses and thank you very much and goodbye. So, you know, that's one thing I know that's quite different. I mean, Sue, do you do any film? You do filming as well. You do quite a lot of.
I mean, I'd say not that much. Maybe 30%. I have a video camera operator there as well. And it's usually if it's an advert for people crying. I mean, I've done quite a few commercials. We've had to do that, but even for stills, I've done people and they want to see what they look like crying, even though it's a stills campaign.
Yeah.
Or if they're dancers, we want to know how they move, even though it's I mean, I love working with dancers, even for stills, because they've got their poise, the way they stand, they're creative. You know, I want to be able to say to the photographer, this person's amazing. You know, they'll just bring you every pose you want. You know, they're really fantastic. They're bringing a lot to it, even though it's just still.